what you've got to look at is the context behind the situation. You've got to look at how thousands of Gazans have been living in captivity, basically, in a huge open-air prison.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very good. I'm streaming. Is that a problem?
No, if I may ask, what is the content about?
It's about Israel-Palestine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Pablo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Pablo.
Absolutely. I've got a question for you first off. How
Please.
do you feel about all the stuff that's been going on between in the region, all the regional conflict right now?
How
How
do
do
I?
you feel about it?
In what way? What do you mean?
Like, there's a lot of regional instability at the minute. How do you feel about all that? And especially assuming that you live in Jerusalem or Israel, how
So
do you feel about all the violence and conflict?
I currently live in the United States. I don't live in Israel,
Oh,
but
okay,
I moved from Israel about 10 months ago, something like this. How do I feel about
okay,
this? It's very sad, very sad what's going on. Um,
absolutely.
very sad what's going on, and I think for the people calling for a ceasefire without actually any repercussions for Hamas, I think that's absurd.
Mm,
I think it's absolutely absurd. I mean, Hamas must be dismantled because they invaded our borders, they took people hostage, they raped women, they did horrific things, and they claim that they want to do October 7th every single year. So,
mm.
what would you do if you were in the shoes of Israel?
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's absolutely horrific to go into a country and then murder all these people. It's absolutely horrific. I agree with you. But I think what you've got to look at is the context behind the situation. You've got to look at how thousands of Gazans have been living in captivity, basically, in a huge open-air prison. Basically, what it is, being guarded by the IDF. Constantly, they're not allowed to leave. Their way of life has been completely frustrated by the Israeli government. And most of them, these Hamas fighters, they come from, they're just regular Gazans who joined Hamas. And you've got to understand what Hamas is. They're from these regular Gazan people, and these Gazans, they don't have many opportunities in their life.
They
So, I
actually have a
mean,
lot more
what can you do?
opportunities. They have a lot more opportunities in Israel than in Egypt, which is another bordering nation to Gaza. Yet they only chose to attack Israel. How come?
Well, I mean, obviously because of the regional conflicts surrounding Israel and Palestine, and the conflicts between the well, it's a historic problem, and obviously Hamas have an agenda, obviously against Israel, but mostly because of the sort of occupation that's been going on in Palestinian territories for quite some time now. But yeah,
I disagree with you. It's not a historical conflict, it's a religious conflict. And the reason why Hamas chose to invade only Israel and not Egypt is because Israel is a Jewish country and Egypt is a Muslim one. That's why. The border between Egypt and Gaza is a lot stronger than the border between Israel and Gaza. In Gaza, people are allowed to cross to Israel, a specific amount of people, to work in Israel, to make a lot of money in Israel, to get hospitalized in Israeli hospitals. And on the other side, if they want to go to Egypt, they have to pay $10,000 just to cross to Egypt. So if you're asking, oh, I just get